Okay, taking my final look at my pretty excellent paints. If you missed my little unboxing, I actually got these off of the Amazon warehouse, and they were cheaper than just buying them new. So you can go back and look at that if you want to know my experience with that. Anyway, I have had a long time to play with them, actually longer than expected, because my first video I did was corrupted somehow, so try number 2. So here they are. I went ahead and made my own swatch card. Doesn't quite all fit in the video there, but this is my swatch card. So you do get a huge color selection. You get 36 colors, and as you can see, they're all nice. They're all very pigmented, and you do get a really nice selection. One thing that I had a problem with, sorry, it's a little bit dirty, is sometimes I would say, okay, I need a dark green, and the greens are all here, but of course it's kind of hard to tell what's what, and there are so many colors, it's kind of hard to go on here, you know, and find it. So what I did is on the swatch that I made, which is a little big, I probably should have made it smaller, and maybe I will. I went ahead and numbered all of my colors. So if I look in here and say, okay, what I really want is Hooker's Green Deep, that's 27. And then I put the mark up in the corner, 27. So it's to the left of the color. So I know that this here is the color that I want. So I went ahead and did that for all of those. As you can see, they're all numbered. And that way, when I do make a smaller swatch that can maybe like fit up in here, I can easily look at this, look at my swatch and refer back to this, because that was my one problem. It was kind of hard to figure out which color is which, and I found that I would say, okay, like I want, you know, I don't know, this green. And then I found I would be counting over, or this blue, green, blue, whatever. Same thing, right? Anyway, I would count over and then count over on that, and it just took a lot of time. So really, this has made it a lot easier. And I'm sorry, there's dog hair all in this. I have 3 dogs, so that's kind of inevitable. But anyway, so I thought that might be a handy tip. If you have these or just anything, I've gotten to kind of numbering my paints in a way that I can see it, or labeling them in some way that I can see it. There's not really enough room to label these. Maybe for top and bottom, you could write something, but in the middle, there's really not enough room to write anything. So this was the easiest way that I found to figure it out. So, mixing. So here's some mixing that I did with the Pretty Excellent colors. And I thought they mixed really well. You can see some of the colors I got here with some of the different combinations. So the mixed colors in the middle there. So like for this, I took the pink and a blue, and I got a nice purple. I took a yellow and a blue, and I got green. And here I took the same pink and the same yellow, and I got a nice orange. Also, I tried to mix like a grayish color, and I thought this turned out very nice. So I've not had any issues with mixing. That's all been very good. So then this is just one. I mean, I've done a lot of paintings with the Pretty Excellent, but this is one that I tried to do the two, you know, kind of the same. I didn't really get them exactly the same, of course, to compare them to, I mean, it's not really a fair comparison, but to compare them to some of my professional paints, just for the heck of it, why not, you know? So anyway, this is done with Pretty Excellent. And, you know, I thought it turned out pretty good. Now, the professional one, I didn't have the exact same colors, so, you know, that is definitely one difference. So working with them, like, I still think the colors, you know, in this look really vibrant, but I don't know if it was because of the color selection, you know, since I didn't have the exact matches, but I do feel like the colors in this are, the word be here. Let's see if I can fit them in there side by side, more or less. I feel like the colors in this one, which I did with Da Vinci paints, as you can see here, I like those because they are, I think, more affordable than some of the other professional brands. I felt like I got a lot more depth with this one, if that's something that you can see there. And I tried to match the colors as close as I could, given what I had. I did mix a little bit with this to try and get the colors a little closer, but I just still couldn't get like an exact match. but I feel like this one has more depth, if that makes sense. And also working with them was different. These are very good. And, you know, I wouldn't hesitate to you know, buy them and use them, but it's definitely different working with them. Mainly in how the paint flowed. If you lay down water and you put the paint on, or, you know, even just kind of mixing on the go as you're painting, there was a definite difference. But that said, these are a lot cheaper. So if it's something that you're getting started in, or you want for your child, or just something you want to play with, you know, I do a lot in my sketchbooks that I just kind of play with, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't, and I don't always want to use my expensive paint for that. So something like that, I think these are great, you know. And I was going to keep them and use them in my sketchbook actually, but I got to looking at my paint, and I live in a really small house, and my paint here, I'll switch them because the lighting is a little different on one side than the other, so I'll kind of switch them. But I live in a really small house, like really small, like teeny tiny, and I just have too many paint palettes. You know, I have a travel palette, I've got a professional palette that I ordered from Da Vinci, and then I have a bunch of tubes as well. And you know, I have too many, and I have something else that's similar to this, so I wouldn't hesitate to keep it and use it. But I'm actually gonna pass this on to my mom. Shh, don't tell her, because she has started painting with us, and she doesn't really have a big selection of colors, and I think she will really enjoy using this. So I'm gonna pass it on to her. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. I also have Shinhan paint and Cotman paint, and I felt like using these. I did not do a compare like this with the hummingbirds here. I kind of did them at the same time so I could really compare side by side what I thought. And you know, I didn't think the Pretty Excellents were going to come out on top on that, obviously. But I don't know, it was just kind of for fun and for myself, and also I thought, you know, it's just a chance to do another hummingbird, so that's all cool by me. So I could just paint hummingbirds all day long. Anyway, so just though kind of using all of those paints, and I'm not trying to, you know, a lot of this comes to personal preference, really, I think. So I'm not trying to insult any paint brand, and if it's your favorite, by all means, use it, you know, but I don't want to get into a paint fight. But I probably liked this one the best out of the Shinhan Cotman and Pretty Excellent. My second choice, I think, would be the Shinhan, because the price is so good, and I feel like it moves better as well, at least to my liking. What I say better, you know, is my liking. I like it to move a lot. So I felt like the Shinhan did pretty good as well. And really the Cotman, at least out of the Cotman colors I have, I don't have a ton of Cotman, but out of the ones that I have, Cotman was actually my least favorite. I felt like it was less less pigmented, and just didn't move the way that I like. So those would be my choices for beginner paint, probably Shinhan or Pretty Excellent. I think they're good and affordable, and you know, I think you'll get the results out of them. This was fine. I don't particularly, I mean, I use these sometimes. I have an aquash that I use, and I think I like my aquash better, but there's nothing wrong with this, and it worked just fine. It's just that I don't particularly like using these. Sometimes I do, like I said, I have one for traveling, or, you know, my son was in a play, and so I could easily fill something like this up and take it with me and do a little painting. They're nice and convenient. Not my favorite, but, you know, it works. They're nice. Some people love them. So anyway, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. I will try to answer them if I can. And I think really, you know, with any of those, if you're looking for a cheaper paint, Cotman, Shinhan, Pretty Excellent, I don't think you could go wrong with any of those. I mean, they're all pretty nice. So, all right, take care. Bye-bye.